pain.
Good
Here
evening,
again.
miss. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reid.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire!
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal, but do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, first place.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Prettyface.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now.
I wonder why God came here in the first place. I wish I could be sick again. There again.
Blood boil with the fever.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. I have all the information.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet.
All right.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment.
This is a...
We were looking for the Pembroke.
What can you...
His name is Oswald.
Where was your...
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital.
I have all the information.
Thank you, Doc.
I cannot enter.
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised.
You're a the lady who saved me that night.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well.
So it seems our Dr.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions.
Dr. Swansea,
These past
please continue.
My embarrassment in this matter.
I'll take care.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your...
Good evening, sir.
I've already...
That's quite...
You can call...
I'm not...
Well,
You have...
no need to... There are... What? From what?
But
You keep...
how is the situation?
You want to hear the sit...
So what do
I've been in... Yesterday.
You
Go there yourself.
Since...
It's a complete...
I have some good...
What?
I retrieved your wallet.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl.
Not at all, Milton. I'd like to...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do we know each...
Actually, yes.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was just...
He was also very confident about your future.
Have you...
I have
What is
this hot.
It's not exactly the best.
Don't be misled by appearances.
What can you tell me about this?
Some are really good.
Tell me more.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl.
You really seem to admire...
I'll go even further. If she was a
Any opinion?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swan.
Ah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Kokoran, I want you to...
He was my patient.
Why not?
Are you mad?
What was...
It was a
Who was...
I don't...
Goodbye, Doc.
Reason to...
Good evening.
Dr. Swansea has already...
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion.
I see. Well...
You must know, blood transfusions are
How are...
not...
Do you...
We are...
And...
So...
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant professionals. Most of them.
Most of them.
It would be inappropriate...
Is... Why...
I guess...
Nurse...
No.
Why does...
If it wasn't for him...
Dr. Tippets does not think of you.
If you're suggesting...
Tell me...
If I had not covered...
You can't allow your...
Look around...
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake?
I've decided that I won't reveal.
I'm so glad you...
I hope you're right.
Dr. Tippets must
Have you heard rumors?
No, Doc...
Goodbye, nurse.
Dr. Reid, may I help you?
Do you know if any of the hospital staff...
Doctor, you've hardly been here and you're...
Have you heard rumors about...
I don't have time to listen to all the...
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has...
Not in an official...
What about medical...
Dr. Reid, we don't have the money.
How is the...
Everybody works...
For how long have...
I first volunteered at...
And before you arrived...
If you must know.
I'll see you later, Good evening, sir.
Reid,
does my...
Let us just...
If you... I know... You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague. And very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps you think yourself protected by Dr. Swansea, but I am still a free man, and I will speak to you the way I want.
Since your tenure in this
Let's just say I'm tired.
Carelessness?
We're here...
I don't...
Modern...
I don't... And what?
I say...
Be careful.
I only want...
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative.
It seems...
I refuse...
We can at least... Have you heard about...
Black...
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Doctor.
I am...
Please...
You're not the first...
What? It's...
This It's with the... I believe...
So you...
Doctor...
What can you tell...
Well...
Where do you...
Oh, no.
I see. You can question...
If you're right...
Goodbye, Dr.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to...
Goodbye.
This hospital seems to be...
Good evening.
Are you
in others? Tell me.
What?
Have you heard?
No.
Goodbye.
You always knew the words to calm the children,
making a
Elliot.
difference.
As for me,
Good evening. Have you? Of course.
Well, go be...
Goodbye. Good evening.
No,
really?
I don't...
I suppose.
Yes.
Could you at...
More...
Have you heard rumors?
No.
I have to go.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid of...
You are not a...
And you haven't...
I have to...
I'm alright. Waste your time with me. I'll not let you down, my boy.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Good evening. Not any... What do you know? Have you... Goodbye.
as for me, what a blundering idiot.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined...
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
The daily routine.
I wish I could be sick again.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be a
Pepper.
Yes?
I have no intent...
The rules say I won't...
Is he work?
Okay.
How would you
It's serious.
Nurse,
I wish...
you... How long...
Or long...
You'd be surprised. How?
Well, not
Why is Milton?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about.
Why does Milton?
I don't know. Just ask.
Pepper, are you sure?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. For on the...
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one...
Let me guess. You spoke with that old...
No matter how you feel about her,
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
she could have been telling the truth.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Goodbye.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reid.
And why?
People who don't sleep enough.
You're lucky to be alive.
This place.
Consider...
Don't play.
I'll leave you.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah. I see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of him. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you.
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and